Alright, welcome back.
I'm back.
To more adventures in the darkness.
The darkness and the bees! Sora the bees!
Destiny Island. Welcome to Destiny Island. I'm going to make this joke every time I see Destiny Island's name pop up, I swear to God.
Well, we at least have 2 more games you can do that.
Welcome to Destiny Island. Places, Ranu. Places.
Oh, the actual cutscenes for Riku. We haven't had these since the first world.
There's cutscenes in this one?
Oh, I never thought I'd miss this island's wind so much. Too bad it's all in my fucking head. There was a time I would wait. I couldn't wait to get off this rock. Now I'm just so happy to be here.
And now all I want to do is just stay on this rock forever.
Now I just want to die. Oh, you ready for this boss fight where I have to fight these guys?
Is that my friends?
Friends?
I must murder them.
Hey! Too bad they're all in your head, Riku.
Is it really in his head, though? Is any of this real?
It's all in
Is
their
it all
memories.
nominate? Did the first game even happen?
No.
Was the first game all an illusion created by Nominate? I don't think we've established how powerful she is yet. Have I talked about how OP Nominate is as a character? Because that needs to be discussed.
What's up with you guys? I've never seen the 3 of you so quiet. Because we're nobodies. What, is there something on my face? This is all a dream.
they just look at him and their eyes turn into black voids and start raining blood out of their eyeballs, and then they screech in his face, and it's just like, I didn't know this game was a creepypasta. Weird.
Yeah. Dude.
You want to know what makes creepypastas really scary, though? Like,
What?
legit? Fucking hyper-realistic blood. Every time I hear hyper-realistic blood, I'm spooked immediately. Immediately spooked.
I was spooked. I don't think I was spooked until I was spooked.
Have you ever seen any of the creepypasta things?
I've seen some of them, yes.
I'm so sorry for you. They're like all garbage.
Yeah, for the most part.
There's like, out of the millions that have been created, I think there's only been like 5 I've sat through and been like, that was okay.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
There's none that I've ever gotten to the end and was like, wow, that was really good. Because they always get so absurdly stupid by the end.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's going to jump out of the game and kill you, Chris.
My favorite one is actually, the one that no one fucking talks about, or at least they used to never talk about it, which was the, they did one for the NES Godzilla game. And
Okay.
it sounds really fucking stupid, but it was like, at least well written.
Okay.
And then doesn't get super stupid till the very end. Like, because most people, like, something bad happens, and then they're just like, this horrible thing happened, and then I kept playing anyways, because, I don't know, I was just fucking bored, I go.
I never understood people who are like, it's a demon-possessed game, so I kept playing.
Yeah, and then the other people that are like, because that one starts out, like, realistic, right? Like, the game looks like a ROM hack, you know? It's like, oh, there's a creature in this game that I've never seen before, but it still looks like a sprite. It's not a fucking hyper-realistic human head on a fucking stick body, and like, it came out of my TV and tried to eat my cat. Like, it builds to that, it doesn't immediately go into like, and then they, it builds to it, and it's not like, and then my mom decided that she would fry up the turkey and serve it raw, and it's like, how did she fry it up and serve it raw, dude? That's the other thing. No consistency in any of them.
Nah.
But yeah, that one starts out good. Also, when he like finds these like weird things, it's not like, this game was clearly haunted, and I just kept playing because whatever. It was like, well, this was happening, but I think it's a ROM hack or like a glitch or something that's probably not supposed to be doing this. It's very weird. So
Yeah.
I'll just keep playing, but like, it's kind of odd.
Yeah, I love the, it's creepy, it's totally gonna kill me, but I'm gonna keep playing anyway.
Like, his was more like, then the game started glitching out, and I was like, that's fine. I mean, it's an old NES game, you know, they get dusty, and they kind of always have glitches and stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever, I'll just keep playing and see if it crashes or not. I've done that. There was one game, it was Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. I had a cartridge of Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt, and when I put it in and started it, Super Mario Brothers was fine. No, it was Duck Hunt was perfectly fine. The logo loads up, Duck Hunt, it's perfectly normal, and everything is fine. the logo above it for Super Mario Brothers, a garbled mesh of fucking colors and patterns and
So
textures.
what you're telling me is you stumbled upon a creepypasta.
Yeah, and I immediately played that one.
Okay, cool.
I got to like, I don't know, 5 minutes into a level, and then the entire thing glitched out so bad that I hit an enemy and the whole thing froze.
You know, you were just giving the flack about people being like, you know, I was playing the game and then it started spazzing, but you did the same thing.
No. I'm saying that makes sense. What I'm saying, what doesn't make sense is the game does spooky supernatural shit, and then they're like, I'm gonna keep playing this.
Oh.
Glitching is not spooky supernatural shit.
You
A
mean
glitch
when
is glitchy.
objects in your house start moving because of the game?
No, I mean when the game literally is just like, hello Billy, and your name is Billy, and you keep playing it anyways.
I love when they do that, and it's just like, yes, why wouldn't I keep playing?
I mean, in all fairness, I would probably keep playing too, but I think most people would. I think most people would be like, the hell no. But I'm a glutton for punishment. I would wholeheartedly be like, well, I'm kind of curious what's going to happen.
I have to do it now.
That's the other thing, is when they do it, they're like, I was scared shitless. I was so panicked. I immediately kept playing. Like, where I would be like, it was a little spooky. I had to see where this was going. If I wrote one.
I was afraid for my life, but I still kept playing anyway.
Like, for me, I'd be like, I was a little spooked, but I was a little curious.
I needed to know, but I didn't need to know.
Ah, man. But yeah, his starts like, first he thinks it's glitchy, and then it starts adding monsters that weren't supposed to be in the game, and then he goes, well, maybe it's a ROM hack, and then like it just escalates from there.
So like, Godzilla comes out of the game.
It keeps coming to... No, it's got this new demonic, like, human-horse hybrid-looking thing.
Nice!
It's actually quite disturbing looking for a sprite. There's some people trying to, like, fan-make it, I guess. But
But you want it.
I do. I kind of want to play it when they finish a fan patch for it, or a fan mod. Oh, God.
Because, you know, creepypastas are great. Because they give ideas for games.
Yeah, and then those games normally end up being more entertaining than the story. Except for Sonic.exe. That's entertaining, but for all the wrong reasons.
Fill me in on this one, Chris.
It's just... It was just... I mean, no offense to the people who made it, but it was clearly made by someone who has no concept on how Sonic games work. Like, at all. So, like... Correction, they have an idea of how they work, but they didn't implement anything fully. So it's like, Sonic is momentum-based, so when he runs, he gains speed and momentum, and once he's up to speed, then he has to, like, slow down gradually over time, except they forgot that second part of slowing down over time, so you just, like, let go of the run button, and your character will literally slide across the map backwards.
So he doesn't like, have gravity, is what you're telling me.
Too. There is something really funny about having Eggman moonwalk power slide down a staircase.
I'll take it.
But it is very rough. And then it's just... I mean, and then after that, it's just typical jump scare garbage. Where it's just like, you get to the end when Sonic.exe grabs you, and then it goes, boo! And puts up a spooky image. And then you're
spooky.
Like, man, what a great adventure
I'm so
this
spooked.
was. I'm so scared.
So spooked.
But, like, you know exactly when all the jump scares are gonna come, because it's right when Sonic grabs you. So after, like, the first one, you're like, okay. Like, I know you're gonna jump scare me, so just do it. Like,
just do it already!
Just do it.
I'm not afraid!
But then they have, I think the most interesting thing about it is the whole, like, when you run through a level, and then as you run through it, it gets more disturbing, so, like, more and more of the, like, woodland creatures are just, like, bloody corpses on the floor and hanging from trees and shit. That's pretty cool. And then, but then you get to the end and Sonic's like, ha! And then he does the Kefka laugh from Final Fantasy VI because stock sounds are hard.
Because stock sounds are hard.
So he does that, he does the Kefka laugh, and then he slowly chases you down while the underwater music, drowning music plays, which is the only part of it that's really scary because that's the only part of Sonic that's really scary. Just the immediate fear of, oh god, I'm running out of time. Oh Jesus Christ, I need a bubble. Where the fuck is a bubble? Why do I move so slow under fucking water? But yeah, fucking and then he like slowly and it just becomes like an auto path where he slowly gets closer and closer to you no matter what, but it's fixed. Him getting closer, so they expect you to try and run from him, but if you just like sit there and don't move, he still slowly inches his way towards you because the game expects you to try and run from him.
That's actually great.
Fixed, so it's really funny. It's a horrible, scary game, but it's really funny.
I actually find that very funny and I love it.
So yeah, that's why I describe Sonic.exe as Sonic.exe is amazing, but like for all the wrong reasons.
They got the idea.
They had a concept and they were willing to let it rock, but they didn't try to have a fully thought out process. You know, the game was programmed by Dante from Devil May Cry. They were just like, do you even know what you were doing? And he's like, things are getting crazy! Punches a jukebox and music kicks on, and he's like, let's rock! And then Sonic.exe is made.
Yeah. Like you do.
Like, that shit got done. It wasn't good, but it got done.
I was listening to somebody talk the other day, and they were talking about video game design. I was like, I understood that. And that would have been Chris's absolute nightmare. Because it was really bad.
It's funny, because, like, I know a lot of people would probably be like, yeah, man, I'm so happy you murdered the shit out of that basic-ass enemy. But, it was funny, because I was thinking about that not too long ago, where I was just like, man, people would probably be like, Chris talks a lot of shit. But you know what? His games aren't that good if they played my games, and I would be like, yes, I also agree with you. I have so many problems with the games I've made because I'm just like, because we had time constraints and budgets that we had to work in, and I was just like, I don't like how this ended. I mean, it's good enough. That's why it got shipped.
You got a passing grade.
Yeah, literally, it's one of those things. I have yet to make anything where the minute it goes out, I'm like, it's perfect and never needed to be modified again. I feel like George Lucas when it comes to Star Wars. Like, the shit goes out and I'm immediately like, that could have done better. It was a mistake.
Star Wars was going to be a one-off thing. It's my favorite thing. Star Wars was going to be a one-off thing.
Yeah, but then he realized how much money he could make through toys.
Yeah.
And that number was infinite. And then Disney saw that number and was like, that is infinite. And then they bought it.
And then they botched it.
And then they fucking ruined that. Don't say that too loud. People try and cancel you for it now.
Yeah.
I think what's so funny about that is when that movie first came out, I knew nothing about it because I legitimately did not fucking care, right? The second one. The second one of Disney's trilogy, right?
You mean episode 8?
Yes. No, Derek, I mean episode 2 of the sequel trilogy, as 1 through 3 is the original trilogy, and then 1 through 3 preview bullshit is the extra... I hate the fanbase. I understand why Disney also hates the fanbase. But they're wrong in this case. The fanbase is right, those movies are bad.
Well, you know what the best part is? I think I told you this before. They're no longer canon.
Yeah, Disney, well, not officially yet. They haven't officially stated that they're not canon.
I told you this theory before, right?
Yeah, no, there's...
Ahsoka lives, and Ahsoka's the one who changes the whole timeline.
Yeah, a lot of, there's a lot of higher-up people at Disney that are, like, really starting to push towards, like, sequel trilogy not canon. Let's just start the
make
fuck
a new
over.
one.
Yeah, let's just try again. Which would be interesting, because that would void episode 7 through 9 as being no longer 7 through 9. Do you think they make another 7 through 9? And then change the names of the movies preemptively like the original trilogy?
I don't know.
Because, God, that's some obnoxious.
Some parallel timelines. You know what I love? Some parallel timelines.
I want them to name it, I want them to name it like Star Wars Episode... I want them to name it like Star Wars Episode 7 Alpha. And then like the shitty timeline will be Beta, because of course it would be.
Yes.
So everything in the Alpha timeline now has to have the episode number followed by Alpha and then the subtitle. Let's just make the name super fucking long.
So, you know they're making a Obi-Wan Kenobi movie, right? Or a
well,
trilogy.
they want to.
Miniseries.
I'm not so convinced it's coming out now, but yes.
No, it's in the works, they're saying.
Yeah, Derek, you know
But
what
at the
else
same
is
time,
in the
it's
works?
Disney.
You know how much money they're losing right now?
Yeah, a
it's
lot of things.
Absurd.
But, so maybe.
We'll see. I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, same.
I don't believe it until it's out.
But what I love is, from all the hype that, The Mandalorian got, they were like, okay, let's throw every idea we have at the wall and hope something sticks. They released 13 ideas for shows.
Yeah, most of them didn't do well. The few that have come out, they haven't done well already. I just want to point that out for everyone who's like, boy, what a great idea this is going to be. No. I bet instead of making 17 shitty things, you make like three good things. Yeah. That'd be right, huh?
Oh, don't say it too loud, Chris. You might upset the fan base.
I love that they like had to release a thing that was just like, so Jedis can have sex, but they can't have meaningful relationships. And I'm like, so every Jedi is a whore. I knew it. Nothing says the heroes of my story like all of them being whores.
You're gonna love this stupid fact, right? So according to Star Wars,
Yep.
you remember the guy who had the really stupid long head?
Yes.
So that Jedi actually has like 4 wives because
What?
his species is dying. So every male needs to do their due diligence and bang as many females as
He's
possible.
a Jedi though. He's not supposed to have any relationships.
Nope. But according to the Jedi Council, he can because double standards are a thing.
Is this new canon
Nope.
bullshit?
This is sequel. This is prequel shit.
That's so dumb.
Yep.
Star Wars needs to have a complete retcon of its entire thing. Oh wait, no, they did that and they made it worse. I don't even know how you do that.
But it's shit like that. It's like, are you serious?
They always make extra rules for shit and then they like don't follow through with them at all.
I mean,
And it's because none of it is canon and everything is canon. Because none of it is canon, this is not a pipe.
Revan's canon. Revan's the only thing I think is canon.
Revan is the only thing that's canon. The world's greatest Jedi.
And Sith.
Yes. The true being.
Oh.
Revan was the one who was meant to bring balance to the Force. And he fucking succeeded.
By destroying
You know
everything.
what, actually, now that I think of it, because you know how they were always like, you were meant to bring balance to the Force, not...
Blah, blah, blah.
When you think about it, though, like, he is bringing balance to the Force. Because every single time a Sith Lord, like, takes over, it's because the Jedi got way too complacent with doing fuck all.
So,
Every
the
time.
funny part is, that line is in there because he does bring balance to the Force.
Yeah,
it's
later.
just 4 movies later.
Yeah, no, I get, but, like, I think he brings balance to the Force in that movie. Because at the time, the Jedi were oppressing the Sith Council.
Only the Sith
And they're
deal
supposed
an
to be...
absolute, Chris.
Because the thing is... Okay, so the Force, right, and Star Wars...
Force is dumb.
No. The Force is its own entity. No, Derek, you have to think through it like logical people. This is how the Force works, because people don't get how the Force works. The Force...
That's not how the Force works.
The Force is its... Think through this with me, Derek, alright? This is important.
No, I'm with you, Chris.
The Force is its own living entity whose entire goal is to keep balance in the Force. And that's why the Sith and the Jedi are constantly murdering the shit out of each other and jostling for who's more powerful, because that's the only way they stay balanced, is if they do several hundred years of Sith rule, and then several hundred years of Jedi rule, and then several hundred years. So every couple generations, the Force brings balance to the Force by giving one Jedi Sith powers and making them overthrow everything. And then going back on that, going, they ran long enough, cut it here, and then having him re-bring balance to the Force and giving it back to the Jedi.
That's why the Sith always get the shafted with that, because they always get really shitty years of things. Palpatine was only in power for like 30 years, man.
No. It's completely reasonable It's just that we don't get to see the errors where the Sith are ruling. We always skip right over to them when they're about to lose their power because the Fourth goes, you've had it long enough.
Yeah, you're right.
Someone else's turn. It's only a matter of time until the Force gives it to the Mandalorians. Like, I don't know, someone
No,
new
the
needs to have
Mandalorians
this.
did have it for a little bit,
They
to be
did.
honest.
It was in the Revan fucking timeline.
Well, actually, pre-Revan, because the
Yeah, it was
Mandalorians were a
pre-Revan.
thing.
Yeah, Revan came to destroy the Mandalorians, actually. That was his whole goal.
Yeah, the Mandalorian Wars.
Yep. Classic Mandalorian.
Excuse us while we be nerds about Star Wars.
But that was the Force being bored and being like, what if we give power to, like, someone other than the two teams? Like, how much worse could it get?
Pretty bad.
Yeah, it got pretty bad. And the Force was just like, yeah, this is getting pretty bad, but also...
Yeah, okay,
It's only been 10 years, and I got an even 30, so fuck it.
Star Wars lore is stupid, but very funny to me.
Because I was listening to some guy who was complaining about it, where he was just like, the Force is fucking stupid because it's retconny. I'm like, no, the Force makes perfect sense because it's its own entity with its own goals. And when you think of it like that, it makes perfect fucking sense why bullshit happens all the time. Because essentially the Force is the equivalent of God just being like, I kinda don't like this dude.
Yeah, no, it's...
Fuck him.
it's interesting. And by interesting, I mean, like, okay.
It's how it should be, Derek.
Yeah.
Stick with me. It's how it should be.
No, I completely agree.
It's the only way it makes sense.
Yeah.
That's why every so many years there's someone who comes out and they're just like, oh, this person's gonna bring balance to the Force. They don't fucking know that. The Force is telling them they're gonna bring balance to the Force. They don't know shit. They get all their answers through the Force. They don't know shit. So the Force is telling them who's gonna get the power because the Force is the one giving the power.
That's why when
the Force
Palpatine
knows.
manipulates the Force and blocks the Jedi from actually sensing him, it's like mad at him, and it's just like, fuck you, Palpatine.
Yeah, that was really the Force just being like, sounds fun to me. Fuck the Jedi. They've had it too good for too long.
Oh, but here's the other part that all about Star Wars is Star Wars pokes fun at political bullshit as well, because the Jedis were supposed to be this peacekeeping force, right?
Yes.
But, you know, no, they started becoming really ingrained with the politics of the world, and, you know, shouldn't have done that. The Force didn't like that.
I love democracy.
I love democracy.
Well, yeah, of course not. The Force always wants things to be balanced. It doesn't want politics, it wants communism. The Force is communist.
By 1 second. Oh, gotta bring balance to the Force, though.
Star Wars is fucking stupid. Why do people like Star
I
Wars?
love Star Wars, but I love Star Wars because it's stupid. Not because it's high-level concept shit. It's because it's giant wizards with fucking laser swords. That's why I love Star Wars.
Me. I like Star Wars because it's stupid and hilarious. I don't like Star Trek because it tries to science at me.
Some episodes of Star Trek are nice because, like, you got some deep...
I always love the people who, by the way, are just like, why doesn't Star Wars explain any of the science behind its technology? I'm like, because it's all wizard bullshit. Everything is run by the Force. They have crystals that change the color of a lightsaber because of how it feels. Fucking no.
I love it because people are like really upset when things aren't explained in Star Wars, and it's just like, dude, if we explain it, that's why we get fucking metachlorians.
Dude, if Star Wars took place in medieval times with like elves and shit, it would be the same fucking story.
Oh yeah.
And it would make the same amount of sense.
You do know that Star Wars is partially based on like Arthurian Knights.
Arthurian Knights.
That,
way
like,
to be fancy. You just say Arthur.
King Arthur.
King
bullshit.
Arthur and his royal.
But also it has some
table.
Tolkien in there. But like, what I love is Vulcans in Star Trek. They're just fucking space elves.
They are space elves.
And people are like, no, they're not. It's just like, no, they're fucking space elves, guys.
Alright. And with that, we'll pick it up in the next part. See you guys then. Peace.